Hello my friends, welcome to another episode of Warhammer 40,000 Inquisitor Martyr. My name is Wilfred. So there are many game modes in this game, and the ultimate challenge for me would be to complete the Unholy Cathedral in this so-called mini game here. Now, how it works is that there will be 10 waves of enemies, and you have to complete it within 10 minutes. And at the end of the wave, there's a really strong boss as well, and basically it's just you got enemies spawn from left side and right side. There's some random kind of like support that you may have, but it is an ultimate test because how great your build is, how fast you are to take down the enemy with the AoE, how strong your character is to withstand the bosses would be a good test. Now, of course, it started off with the level 100, as you can see here, the Unholy Cathedral there. And there's only one life, by the way. If your character died, then that's it, that's the game over. And it will get escalated up as the level, as the wave increases. So it is a very good test of where we are. Where my build is now. I've tried it with the Great Sword, which is a very much a spin to win kind of build, but the Great Sword is just not too good not good at all against armored enemies. Now, the good thing about Great Axe is, although it's not as good as the Thunder Hammer in terms of breaking armor and all, it does have a pretty decent kind of like a damage over time, not fantastic, decent damage over time, and also has can ignore half the armor. So against armored kind of enemy, you're still half efficient, although it's not as great as the Thunder Hammer. And I've been working on this bleed kind of Great axe build for quite a long time, and all I want to do is just to complete the Unholy Cathedral within, say, 10 minutes. That was my goal, and a little bit of spoiler alert, I did manage to do it, so I'm really happy about it. It is a good testimony in the fact that I've got decent amount of mobility, a decent amount of damage over time or area of damage, and also single target wise, I'm pretty strong as well against the armored enemy. So I think I'm pretty happy with the build, and I think at this point whereby as you see in my last video, I can do or the last few video, I can do 110 Supreme Mission or even 111 for my build. Do I want to push it even higher to get to like 99% kind of debuff against myself, in terms of damage dealt? I'm not that keen to go through that extreme, but I think all in all, this is a good build. It doesn't use any of those endgame tokens that some of you have advised me to do, because I just haven't got the set of nice gear to go along with it, like the Enraged token or like the Berserker token. So I don't have that. This is a very, very basic vanilla kind of thing, and it's a build that I figure out myself. There's no guide out there talk about Greater Axe that's not using any of the Enrage or Berserker token, and I'm happy that it's able to rather comfortably complete the Void mission, Void Crusade at a pretty decent kind of level 107 and above, and I can do this Unholy kind of Cathedral. I'm kind of happy on that too. So yeah, this is the right now it's wave 5, halfway there is 103. So as you see, the damage is escalating up, and there are a couple of like bosses that you see here as well, heavy armor. So and anything that do with the armor piercing, armor breaking, of course, will make it helpful here. The enemy is quite spread up as well. So yeah, that is perhaps a challenge in this Unholy Cathedral that we have here. So now, perhaps at this stage, you probably want to know like what's next to do. I don't know. I wanted to build a guide for you all, but this is rather basic. It's not really that kind of like amazing, although it's pretty effective. So I may share with you what I'm doing in terms of a bleed build without any Berserker or Enrage token, if some of you are interested. I'm also interested to change my build a little bit, maybe use a graph gun as a main. So instead of doing melee, as you see here, I'll just primarily focus on the ranged, and I'm using a graph gun to see how I can progress from there. Just do a little bit of testing if things work or if the things doesn't work. So yeah, I mean that is probably what I want to do. Another thing I could do, of course, is to try another class within this season, and I think that would probably be another option as well. I don't know. I mean, you guys can propose an idea to me, and I will think about what I'm going to do next in this game, I would say. Yeah, and like many of you, we are all waiting for the new DLC with the new class on the sister, and I think I'm pretty upbeat about it. I think this is still a pretty good game. I played many hours and still give me the variety that I feel I can I can kind of like still invest my time into playing it. What I like about this game is more the whole sandbox kind of like a gameplay, because I feel that in a lot of games like Diablo 3 or Path of Exile or even like other ARPG out there, there's a lot of builds that has already been figured out, and people been using each other's build, I would say, to create a kind of cookie cutter and to just to sort of like do as good as other people. It is rare to see a game whereby you're free to just brainstorm on what kind of build or gear that you should go for, or you build your way through the gear that you have looted. And I found that this is the reason why I'm still playing this game. I think I've evolved quite a fair bit when it comes to the Crusader. I started with the Spin to Win, and then go into the Great S, and after that I try to play along with some of the crit statistic, crit stats, and try to just get a sense of what the trade-off is optimum between the different kind of stats. And I'm still trying to see if I could do a bit of range and maybe do another kind of like a build depending on some of this gear I've got. Try my best to see how to make bleed work, which unfortunately is not that fantastic. But yeah, I mean, the great thing about this is really a sandbox kind of field. Very much like, if you follow my Diablo 3 kind of videos, I've shared with you that I really enjoy Diablo 3 when at the beginning of the season, when you play a class and you can just free to pick any of those like skill and runes that you use based on the gears that you have. So I kind of miss that kind of sandbox. Try your own build and you don't feel that much disadvantage so long as you align to some of the design philosophy when you come to building your character to be strong, have enough kind of defense and enough kind of like offense to deal with it. It's actually a lot of like freedom when it comes to coming up with a build, which I guess that's the reason why I really like it. Like back to the Marvel Heroes Day, whereby that there are quite a lot of build options when it comes to playing your heroes. If you recall, there's no like one size fit all or just follow the same build. You could figure out something on your own without spending too much time reading on the internet or trying to farm for a particular items. So that's pretty cool. I also do quite a fair bit of crafting as well, because I found the crafting in this game kind of make it stronger as well, but it requires a lot of patience. Now this is going to be the last wave, and this is the final boss, Soul Grinder. It does push as well, and it does seems to have a rather kind of like a high hit point, where I don't know why at some point I'm just unable to deal any damage. I'm trying to see here, am I missing something? Have I been missing something that I should have been paying attention? Because like up to this point, I don't seem to be able to hang on. Yeah, I think I don't seem to be able to really do much meaningful damage against him. And I'm trying to look around here, and I don't really see like yeah, I mean I was looking at the counter, 41 seconds. It's just like Greater Rift that you have to down the boss within the time. Now if you don't down the boss within the 10 minutes, there's no problem. You can still like having a loot box, I believe, Yeah, and this is the second boss. Actually, I think there are like, you know, 2 bosses there, 2 down. So I've 20 seconds, and then, you know, this animation really sucks because it's an execution animation, and it kind of eat up 5 seconds of my time just to watch this animation doing nothing, and it's kind of like, yeah, done. So that is the mission completion. I'm very, very happy. The time just barely meet. I mean, I managed to beat it at the very last minute, last second, and the fact that I'm not using some of this end game mechanism and still using what I've got from the loot wise. So I'm happy. I'm happy of this accomplishment. And at the end of this, you know, this game mode, there's a loot box, and the loot box has some. You can do it once a day, by the way. Every day that you complete it within 10 minutes, then you get you got fate, you got money, and you got some loot. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll do more for you guys later. All right. See you. Bye.